Our second half is going to be focused on home health. And I am delighted to introduce for the second time that I have been doing this, Christine. You are the home health administrator. Is that your title?
It's home care administrator. I manage both home health and home support.
Oh, you do?
So they merged it under one title.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yes,
Okay, I should have remembered that, of course. And you brought with you one of your physical, is it the physical therapist or one of your physical therapists? One of your physical therapists, RJ. And RJ, you've been telling me that you have worked at Garden Ridge and at our outpatient rehab too.
Yes.
So you've been here for how long?
I just turned 13 years.
13 years?
Yeah.
Oh my heavens, I'm surprised I haven't run into you.
I'm all over.
Christine, you've been here now about 6 months?
Just about.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. All right, well, what would you all like to talk about this morning?
Well, I just wanted to bring RJ over because I know he's a familiar face to a lot of people here in the community, and just announce that he's joined us in home health full-time.
Full-time?
Full-time. We had a vacancy, and we've been utilizing staff from across the continuum. We've been utilizing Garden Ridge physical therapists and outpatient physical therapists to help us until we found the right person. And RJ was very gracious and willing to come join our home health team, so he's going to be with us full-time now.
I had no idea that home health would require a full-time physical therapist.
We do.
How many folks do you have in home health at this point, residents?
Residents, our census is somewhere in the neighborhood of 25 right now.
25, all right. Is that an unusually high number, Christine?
No.
All right, is that kind of, I had no idea there were that many people.
Yeah. Kind of middle of the road, and we're looking to grow in the new year. So we got to make sure we had a full-time person to help us with that growth.
I can understand that. How many staff do you have at this point?
12 clinicians.
12?
A lot of them are flex staff, so they're not full-time. They fill in on an as-needed basis, pick up extra visits, and work. Sometimes they work not only with home health, but they also do work in Garden Ridge and the outpatient rehab center.
All right, so these are RNs mostly and OT?
RN, PT, OT, and speech.
Pathology. All right, do you have full-time OTs?
We have a part-time OT right now.
And a part-time speech?
Part-time speech, and both of them are have been with us for a while. Our OT is backed up by 2 other occupational therapists who also work in the CC building as well.
All right, all right. Well, it would make sense that there would be crossover.
Absolutely.
With staff. All right. What changes, if any, are you anticipating in the next 6 months or so?
We're very excited in home health. We have been on an all-paper charting system, and
are you changing?
We are changing.
Oh my, that has been a big issue.
Yes, we are changing. In the end of the first quarter, we're going to be rolling out a new electronic medical record to our staff. So
your
lots
staff,
of training.
I know, has been complaining for a number of years.
It's going to be exciting and a huge challenge. So it's currently, this is the first week that it's being rolled out at 2 communities in Maryland. And corporate is there helping them, training them, and getting them up to speed on everything. And they're going to pilot the program.
Is the software quite complicated?
It integrates with the software we already have. It's just extra pieces, and using the software we already have in a different way. We do have a very basic software that we use as a community for our residents, and different service lines utilize it, but we don't use it to its best ability right now, so they have purchased other options to go with it, and then we will use it as a full electronic medical record. So for about 3 months, those other 2 communities are going to pilot the program, work out all the kinks for us.
I was going to say,
which is great.
All right.
And they're close to our corporate office, which means when they need support, they're right there. So it made sense for those 2 communities to pilot it.
And you can only be glad that you're not having to pilot.
I've piloted many EMRs in my time, and I'm okay with not doing this. I'll let someone else handle it. And then they're going to roll out a few communities at the beginning of February, and then we're going to be in the rollout at the beginning of March. So it's
and
important.
Hopefully they will have worked out all the problems.
Yes, and it's important that we have enough and the right staff at that time, because it's going to take some time for our staff to get up to speed on using the computer and switching from the 2 modes. And then working with getting our residents seen while still learning this system. So
Christine, what do you do? Provide your staff then with laptops?
I think that's one of the things that they're piloting, trying to decide which device is going to work best for
Whether
the
it's
clinicians.
an iPad or
a tablet, a laptop. Yeah, they're trying to figure that out right now.
Well, we're all used to seeing the home health folk taking writing notes.
Yeah.
That will. I know they're going to be pleased.
Yeah, I think they're very excited. It's going to be an exciting time for all of us.
I'll bet. Does it? How much training does it require? The new system?
You know what? This is only their first week at those other communities. I think they're on day 4, so I'm anticipating, a few weeks, to start, and where we're going to still kind of be doing a hybrid model. There'll still be some paper involved, and we're not going to be completely paperless. We will be what they consider paper light. There will be some things we still do on paper as part of our medical record, but for the most part, there will be a device that they use for most of the care.
Can you file with Medicare and Medicaid and private insurance? Do you do that electronically?
With our
documentation?
With our documentation the clinicians right now submit it on paper and we enter it into a computer, and then I actually submit our documentation to Medicare weekly. So all of that is done electronically currently. It'll be a little more seamless when it's directly entered into the computer by the clinicians and buttons are pushed to send it over.
All right, so the clinicians can actually be entering their documentation.
They will be doing their documentation real time in the resident home, which is great.
Oh, they will?
Yeah, so they can do an assessment and record your vital signs right there on their device, and it'll stay there until they're ready to submit their whole note. So,
well, I would think that would be a much more efficient system.
In the long run, yes. Until we get up to speed.
Yes. The learning part will not be never as very efficient. But I would think in the end it would just save a lot of time.
Yeah, and trees. A lot of trees.
Yeah, I can believe it. All right. Well, that is an exciting piece. You're actually getting up to the modern era.
Yes.
In terms of the electronics.
And home support will also be using this software as well. So it's going to be training both home health and home support in utilizing it. So
now, how will home support be using it?
For the nursing, very much the same way. Entering assessments, documentation in there. The aides, as far as how they document, is something they're working on right now, trying to decide what the best way to have them do it is. They may not have devices. I think they might be using a different system for them, because that's a lot of devices to track. It's a lot of staff that use them.
And I would think there may be some of the aides who don't use. Although, why do I say that? Though they're 25-year-olds, 20-year-olds. they probably all do. No, that would be a huge number of devices. I think I didn't realize that the aides did any documentation.
They follow a care plan, and so they have to document to the care plan that they follow, and yes, every nurse goes out, does an assessment.
Yes.
And then the aide has to follow the care plan that's made for them by the nurse. So they do have to document that they've provided those pieces of care every time they see the resident.
Oh, I was not aware of that. How detailed would those be?
They're not terribly detailed. The care plan itself tells them what they're supposed to and allowed to do as far as bathing, helping with dressing, things around the house. And some of them are just a matter of checking things off in a few notes, small narratives. It's not a lot. It's a one-page note currently, so it's not huge.
Well, it would make sense. I just didn't realize that. All right. So that in some way will probably be electronic now too.
In some form or fashion, I think so.
Okay. Anything else going on? That in itself is a huge thing.
No, we're just super excited to have RJ. He's going to be training with us and getting oriented to how we do things in home health and our paperwork, because there are certain requirements by Medicare of types of paperwork that we use, and they don't use those in Garden Ridge and outpatient. So he's got to get up to speed on all of those. So we're still using some Garden Ridge staff to help us fill in those patient visits while he gets the appropriate training he needs, because I want to make sure he's really successful with us and stays another 13 years.
13 years.
That's stay as long as you can. But yeah, make sure that he's got all the tools that he needs and he's ready to go. So. And then once we're through the new year, we're looking to build our business and serve more residents and provide more services. So.
Any new services, Christine, or really more of the same?
More of the same. We're looking at getting our staff different trainings, bringing in other organizations, and more wound care training for our nurses.
Oh.
More highly skilled and technical care that our nurses can provide.
Give me some examples.
And getting more training with wound vacs. I don't know if you've ever heard of a wound vac, but it's for a complex wound that won't heal. It's a negative pressure therapy dressing, and it's not prescribed a lot, but when it is, it's a really big life change for people to have to carry this thing around and have it in their home, and getting our nurses trained and completely competent in using those, because they're not that common. But they are out there, and we do have residents here from time to time. So I want to make sure all our staff knows how to, manage those, especially with people coming out of the hospital with more and more complex issues and going straight home.
Yes, for sure. I'm sure that does really change the dynamic here a bit.
Yeah.
No, there's no thought of restoring hospice, I assume.
Not to my knowledge. I haven't heard anything about it.
Well, folks, I think our time is coming to an end here. Anything you'd like to leave us with? Much good luck to you after
Thank
13 years. I don't think you need it, but and that's terrific. We're always delighted to have staff here that has been here that length of time. Christine, it was great to have you.
Thank you.
Once again, you I think are doing a bang-up job down there, and much good luck with your new electronic system.
Thank you so much.